Hey cuties, it's your girl Tana Too Cute, and baby, our show is back. Sistas, season 7, episode 12, New Levels. Let's talk about it.
I feel good.
Wait a minute. Who
I knew that I would know. Wow.
All right, cuties. So this episode, again, is titled New Level, and it says Maurice and Grayson have a serious conversation about their future. Karen finally shares her shocking paternity results, and Andi delivers devastating news to Jordan. Come on, y'all, let's get into it because, baby, it was going down. All right, so I'm going to try to keep this just as short and simple as I can, but I get so excited about these episodes. We're going to try. But y'all go ahead and like up this video. Y'all show me some support here. But look, the episode started out with where they left off with the last episode of the first half. Karen called her mama over, Mama Lisa, to share with her the devastating news that she received from the doctor. Of course, we all know that Karen, she got two baby daddies, right? So, of course, you're going to call the closest person to you that's going to probably lend you that support and that listening ear that you need. So she shared that information with her mom. And, her mom was like, well, you're just going to have two dynamic or awesome fathers. And Karen, shared. Now, she said it, not us. Well, people just really just going to look at me as if I was I am a or a SLUT. And we all know what that partner told Andi, right? But yeah, that's what people basically going to be thinking. They may not say it out loud, but yeah, you were with two guys in that short period of time where you ended up getting pregnant by two different men. Now, in the midst of this conversation with her mom, Zach calls, and he's on pins and needles about the DNA results. So, of course, Karen shared that she did have those results, and she would prefer to tell him in person. And, Zach, he dramatic, like, oh, why you can't tell me now? And she said she needed to tell him in person. Now, she also, wanted to invite Aaron over as well, because we all know that Aaron is the father of the other baby. So she invited him over also. Now, no particular order, y'all, of this episode. I'm just sticking to the topics. But so finally, they eventually come over, Zach and Fatima. And of course, Fatima was not letting Zach go over to Karen's house without her. Yeah, if I don't go, you don't go, Zach. So trust, I'll meet you over there. And that's what Fatima was basically telling Zach. And they showed up. And Karen, she wanted to buck up, but of course, Zach had to put her in a place. And Fatima was like, yeah, Zach, you better keep her in check. Before Aaron showed up, Dani showed up because she was coming over because she was going to apologize for the last interaction they had at Rich's restaurant. But she didn't know she was walking right into something more juicier than her apologizing. So she was like, what's going on here? It was uncovered that Dani was the one that gave Zach the advice to go ahead and get that DNA test. And, but they skated over that part. And then Aaron showed up. And Zach, you need to pipe down just a little bit, because I don't see why why does Zach have so much aggression when it comes to Aaron? Because you're not with Karen and you're in love with Fatima. Why you have to give him so much heat? Calm down with all that, Zach, because I may start side-eyeing you when you do that, sir. So she ended up telling them, that Zach, yes, you are the father and Aaron is the father. And they all was like, how is that possible? And, Karen did explain that it's rare, but if, a baby is conceived during that ovulation period, and she's with two different people, it is very possible. So Zach, like, I'm still excited. I hope mine is a girl. He's so silly. But y'all, you have to check the episode out to see how Fatima, be looking upside his head like, look, calm down now. Now on to Gary. So it picks up with Fatima, Andi, and Gary. They are still trying to, get it out of him. Where is Penelope? Because of course he was the last one to see her, and they know that he knows where she is. And to the point where, they was going back and forth, and Fatima was like, look, I'm sick of this. She pulled that shank out on him, and he still was not budging. And so they leave the office, but Andi, she turned around and looked around, and she did see where it appeared to be blood in the office. So now Andi is feeling like now it's to the point where I need to tell Jordan. So she calls Jordan, and she wanted to, before she called him, she wanted to swing by his office or his place to have the conversation, but he wasn't there. She talked to him to let him know, hey, I really need to talk to you. And they did finally talk, and she shared that information that she thinks that Gary has done something to Penelope. She shared also that they went to his office to try to get it out of him. And she also shared that Gary is somebody that you don't want to play with because he is dark, he is evil. And we saw a side of Jordan that we hadn't seen before, and probably going to see a little bit more of that side. So Jordan and Andi, they ended up going to the police station. But guess who beat them to the police station? Yes, your boy Gary. He's at the police station making a report as if Andi may have something to do with the missing of Penelope. Can y'all believe this? So they have words back and forth. So we don't know how this is going to unfold, whether or not Gary is going to win over the police department in this case, or if Andi and Jordan is going to be able to overcome this with Gary. Now that we are talking about Gary, Gary and Tamara, they're still chatting it up, y'all. They're still texting back and forth. So they texting back and forth. Tamara is at home with Hayden, and she gets caught. Well, not necessarily caught, but surprised. Hayden comes out and was like, hey, babe, what's up? I got this all spread out for you. And meanwhile, she's texting Gary. They trying to meet up. All right. When Hayden finds out that these two have betrayed him, I don't know what is going to go down. Hayden is going to flip his lid. Okay. But yeah, they still messing around, and this is going to look ugly. But aside from that, Hayden is still rubbing it in Andi's face that, Miss Maria, she's, on them, and she wants them to keep her case priority. And Andi got a lot going on right now with Penelope missing, and she's becoming distracted. So Hayden may end up winning over sole attorney for this case, and that's not going to look good for Andi. And then what's going to be jeopardized at that point is her getting that partner position. Now, let's chit chat about Maurice for a hot second. Now, my stance was bringing him back to the branch may not have been the best idea for Sabrina. Because look at what we see in this episode. He out in the lobby of the branch screaming and hollering with the other co-worker loud. I mean, just going, just belligerent. And to the point where Sabrina had to come out of her office and calm things down. Like, Maurice, you can't act this way at work. All eyes are already on y'all, okay? So calm down, Maurice. I hope this doesn't, backfire on Sabrina bringing him on board. Then Sabrina and Rich, I don't know what's going on with them. What is prompting them to, be looking at, nasty movies. Nasty movies, but they looking and they trying different things in the bedroom. That kind of threw me off guard there. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if she is doing this because she is taking this child situation solo, and maybe can alter his decision. I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think. Where did this scene come from? Why y'all think this came about? I don't know if I even they could have left that piece out of it, because it isn't Sabrina, but it's still, I still was interested as to why they put it there. And then the last highlight for me in this episode was Dani, baby. Tony, of course, we saw that he asked Dani if she could do him a big favor. And in my words, I said he seemed to have gotten himself in a bit of a pickle. But yeah, he had the galls to go to Dani, his girlfriend, to babysit his kids. Okay. So Dani, she was, shocked by the request, really didn't want to do it. But of course, he was in a bind and she came through. So she agreed. Tony brought the kids over. They was all mannerable and polite in the presence of their father. And Dani goes to ask him, well, how long are you going to be? I mean, I just need, anticipated arrival time, return time. And he said it shouldn't be too long, okay? So he leaves. And then the kids just go into a whole nother character. I mean, just start making requests. I'm hungry. Can I go play in your closet? I'm hungry. Can I do this, that, and the other? Kids, sit down, watch TV, or go play a game or something, because this ain't where it is. Basically, this is what Dani is thinking, and she did her very best not to click on these kids. And she then come out talking about what are these, talking about her handcuffs. And in my previous video, I put that in the description box. I was like, look, girl, go in there and play a game and comb some baby doll hair. But anywho, these kids, I tell you. But Tony soon arrived to pick up the kids. And as soon as they left, Dani had to hit her pen. Like, I don't know why I agreed to that, but I'm glad it's over. But I can't wait to see what's to come, with this Tony situation, because it seems as though Tony got some more secrets in the closet that's going to be discovered in this second half of the season. But those are my highlights of the episode, cuties. Why don't y'all like up this video, hit subscribe, and look, y'all have a good day on purpose. Bye.